next to Wendy's. Our mission at Alexandria Emergency Hospital is to provide our patients, both adults and children, with the best possible healthcare experience, with short wait times and a relaxing environment. Alexandria Emergency Hospital is open 24/7, 365. We have board-certified doctors available for expert pediatric and adult care for both inpatient and ER services. We can provide outpatient services like MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, and CT scans. We have a clinical lab and on-site pharmacy and can facilitate inpatient stays through our state-of-the-art hospital rooms. For more information about our services, you can give us a call at 318-386-8110. That's 318-386-8110. Or visit us online at www.alexandriaer.com. Again, I'm Dr. Kelvin Spears. And remember, for all your emergency needs, come see us at Alexandria Emergency Hospital, your hometown ER and hospital.
Hi, this is Bianca Brown, the Mobile Cincy Lady. Are you looking for a dream job? Well, you need to give me a call today. I'm looking for new recruits to join my team of Cincy consultants. Join Cincy today and get your starter kit for only $99 plus shipping and tax. Benefits include additional income, flexibility, incredible friendships, world-class training, recognition, personal growth, discounts on amazing Cincy products, and the opportunity to earn fabulous incentive trips around the world like the all-expense-paid trip I earned to Cancun, Mexico. Interested in joining Cincy? Give me a call today at 318-618-1832. That's 318-618-1832. Please refer to my website, lapeacefulsense.cincy.us, for our income disclosure statement.
things will never be the same. Never be the same. Deep in my heart, I know that you're the number one for me. There's a house, you got the key. Ooh, baby, take me where I wanna be. Open up and let me into your heart. Ooh, just look in your see that you got the key. Into your heart. There's a house, that's a home. I don't wanna be alone. I'm happy to be. Yeah. Open up, baby. I'm hungry for your love. Yeah. You got the key. Give it to me. Love is a house. You love is a house. Love is a house. Your love is a house. Love is a house. 470. Love is a house. You got the key. And you got to keep it. You got the key.
Hi, I'm Denisha Edwards, City News Manager for the Drum newspaper in Ponchatoula and Baton Rouge. My job is to make sure your stories get told. I make sure you know what's happening in your community. Whether that's exciting, informative, or just entertainment, your news matters at the Drum. But we can't do it all alone, and no one knows the community better than you. That's why I'm asking you to share your stories with me. At the Drum, we believe a community that is informed is a strong one. So if you've got important news, witty insight, upcoming events, or even a wedding announcement, call me at 225-927-3717 or email me news to news@thedrumnewspaper.info. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter today as we report your news.
Hello, Sinla. I'm Dr. Kelvin Spears, Chief Medical Officer of Alexandria Emergency Hospital, located at 5900 Coliseum Boulevard, next to Wendy's. Our mission at Alexandria Emergency Hospital is to provide our patients, both adults and children, with the best possible healthcare experience, with short wait times and a relaxing environment. Alexandria Emergency Hospital is open 24/7, 365. We have board-certified doctors available for expert pediatric and adult care for both inpatient and ER services. We can provide outpatient services like MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, and CT scans. We have a clinical lab and on-site pharmacy and can facilitate inpatient stays through our state-of-the-art hospital rooms. For more information about our services, you can give us a call at 318-386-8110. That's 318-386-8110. Or visit us online at www.alexandriaer.com. Again, I'm Dr. Kelvin Spears. And remember, for all your emergency needs, come see us at Alexandria Emergency Hospital, your hometown ER and hospital.
Hey y'all, spring is here and you're ready to get out and celebrate. Here's what's happening around the state. June 3rd through 5th, Bugs and Bands in Kickapoo. June 4th through 6th, Ball Mange in Gaines and Sicilian Heritage Festival in Independence. June 5th, the Peach Festival in Ruston and Cajun Country Jam in Gonzales. So make your plans to laissez les bon temps rouler.
This is Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser. Plan your road trip at LouisianaIsATrip.com.
Hi, this is Dolores with Robinson Family Mortuary. The COVID-19 pandemic has been devastating to our community, and we have served numerous families affected by it. Planning a funeral is difficult, but a sudden loss during this pandemic can be even more stressful. Robinson Family Mortuary can help ease your stress and serves all of Central Louisiana, including Natchitoches, Oakdale, Marksville, Leesville, Fort Polk, and most every parish in the entire state. The newly renovated Robinson Family Mortuary is located at 1815 Military Highway in Pineville, and we can be reached anytime by calling 318-442-7300. That's 318-442-7300, or visit us online at robinsonfm.com. Robinson Family Mortuary, without delay, can arrange for a traditional funeral service, cremation, ship in or ship out, including military. We accept all assignable and verifiable life insurance policies. With just one call to 318-442-7300, all of your homegoing needs can be taken care of at our newly remodeled Robinson Family Mortuary. Robinson Family Mortuary, a family serving
Morning. Morning, morning, morning. I know you thought that I was believing and sleeping for oh so long. The things behind my back that you were doing for oh so long. And I guess you thought I would never, ever see it for myself. 'Cause you were gonna steal it and give it to someone else. But now I'm awake like truck stop coffee, and I will never turn my back on you. Awake like truck stop coffee, it's time to pay for all the things that you do. Awake like truck stop coffee, 'cause you have broken all the golden rules. Awake like truck stop coffee, 'cause I'm tired of playing the fool, yeah. Truck stop coffee is the one for me. Truck stop coffee really made me see. Truck stop coffee is the strongest thing that I have. I'm awake. I was sleeping for a while, now I'm back up on the prowl. Truck stop coffee. Now I got to stay alert, bouncing back from all the hurt. Truck stop coffee. And I guess it's part my fault because I trusted too easily. We took you in and treated you like my blood family. But now I'm awake like truck stop coffee. I should have never turned my back on you. Awake like truck stop coffee, because I'm tired of playing the fool, yeah. Truck stop coffee is the one for me. Truck stop coffee really made me see. Truck stop coffee is the strongest thing that I have. I'm awake.
Hello, Sinla. I'm Dr. Kelvin Spears, Chief Medical Officer of Alexandria Emergency Hospital, located at 5900 Coliseum Boulevard, next to Wendy's. Our mission at Alexandria Emergency Hospital is to provide our patients, both adults and children, with the best possible healthcare experience, with short wait times and a relaxing environment. Alexandria Emergency Hospital is open 24/7, 365. We have board-certified doctors available for expert pediatric and adult care for both inpatient and ER services. We can provide outpatient services like MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, and CT scans. We have a clinical lab and on-site pharmacy and can facilitate inpatient stays through our state-of-the-art hospital rooms. For more information about our services, you can give us a call at 318-386-8110. That's 318-386-8110. Or visit us online at www.alexandriaer.com. Again, I'm Dr. Kelvin Spears. And remember, for all your emergency needs, come see us at Alexandria Emergency Hospital, your hometown ER and hospital.
Eye-catching elegance, compelling styles, luxurious comfort. These are the features you look for in your furniture. At Trotters, it's what we're all about, and choosing your look gets easier with our design consultants Molly Hunt and Rebecca Smith. Trotters has 2 stories and over 20,000 square feet of Central Louisiana's most sought-after furniture, and it's all available with 24 months no-interest financing. Your home is your favorite place. Love it even more with new furniture, because everything's better when you get it from Trotters.
Hi, this is Bianca Brown, the Mobile Cincy Lady. Are you looking for a dream job? Well, you need to give me a call today. I'm looking for new recruits to join my team of Cincy consultants. Join Cincy today and get your starter kit for only $99 plus shipping and tax. Benefits include additional income, flexibility, incredible friendships, world-class training, recognition, personal growth, discounts on amazing Cincy products, and the opportunity to earn fabulous incentive trips around the world, like the all-expense paid trip I earned to Cancun, Mexico. Interested in joining Cincy? Give me a call today at 318-618-1832. That's 318-618-1832. Please refer to my website, lapeacefulsense.cincy.us, for our income disclosure statement.
Hey y'all, spring is here and you're ready to get out and celebrate. Here's what's happening around the state. June 3rd through 5th, Bugs and Bands in Kickapoo. June 4th through 6th, Bon Mange in Gaines. And Sicilian Heritage Festival in Independence. June 5th, the Peach Festival in Ruston and Cajun Country Jam in Gonzales. So make your plans to laissez les bon temps rouler.
This is Lieutenant Governor Billy Nungesser. Plan your road trip at LouisianaIsATrip.com.
What year did you finish, Q? 99. Okay. So he finished before you. So he's like, what, 32, 33? He has to be one. He has to be the
If he
youngest.
finished before me, he not no 30 nothing.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Oh, wait a minute. He finished. Yes, like, so he went over.
So what?
So he's pushing up.
2004?
No, they say he finished in '94.
Okay, so that means he's about 45.
Yeah. So he don't look that old, do he?
Mm-mm.
So yeah, he's pushing up on 50. That's right. I went the other way. My bad. Well, he's about the right age. All right, so produce time 29 minutes past you. I'm gonna give you just how you doing this morning? You doing okay?
Good morning, great.
I see. I hear you playing the Last Dragon on me.
Oh yes, elevation.
That's the name of it?
The
Elevation?
power of elevation. That's what he's talking about. When you got that glow.
Yeah, I remember that. That's from
Yeah.
the movie. Show Enough. Band 86, Ty Mack, the Twilight guy. That was actually a production that, if I'm not mistaken, Barry Gordy did. Motown. When they moved to Hollywood, that was one of the movies they made in the 80s. And of course, it is a classic if you ever want to watch it. So, yeah, I was popping my head about you when I came in. You had music blast and jamming. She doesn't do that very often, but I know she loved that song. Top of the morning to you on this Hump Day Wednesday. It's January the 9th. We all good on audio over there, Q? Oh, you guys back up. Fantastic. Top of the morning to you. Yes, we have tickets to give away to Keith Sweat performing live on June the 26th at the Paradigm Casino Resort. I do want to remind those who have won tickets so far. 3 people have won tickets so far, and of course you do have to be there the day of between 3 and 7 p.m. to pick up those tickets. Why not make a date night out? How about that? Again, we have the National Weather Service coming up with your the latest forecast. Q has a local forecast. We have Senator Jay Luna as we get a legislative update from our senator from District 29. We'll revisit with District 26 representative at the 8 o'clock hour, Representative Ed Lombardang, plus Dr. David Holcomb has the very latest on the vaccine and what's going on here in Louisiana. Of course, those shots are available at the Coliseum, absolutely free for anyone. My understanding, 12 years old and up. Now they're doing clinical trials and they're trying to make it even available for grade school kids, which probably is going to happen sometime this summer, certainly before school starts. So the national news we're going to show you this morning, Las Vegas police identified a boy found dead on a hiking trail for nearly 2 weeks. This kid has been missing in Las Vegas. And of course, rewards were offered for information that would identify the child who had been found dead on a desert trail. So we have that story. America has a new weapon in the fight against obesity. The FDA on Friday approved a new weight loss drug. It's called Wegovy. Wegovy for people who are either obese or overweight and have at least one weight-related medical problem. What's really unique about this drug, Q, is that the drug that was on the market previously gave people maybe an 8 to 9% body fat decrease. But after that, it was like a brick wall. This one, and some people I heard in the story that you're going to see this morning, one woman, her testimony is that she started taking the drug. It created appetite suppressing. She didn't have those cravings, and she was able to lose 67 pounds. 67 pounds. So it goes from an 8 to 9% body weight loss with the old drug and this new drug, upwards of 17%. So that means all of those people who are sick, obese, overweight, and have obesity-related health problems like hypertension, diabetes, high blood pressure, and many other illnesses or sicknesses that can come from being overweight or obesity can now have some respite without having surgery. Because the surgery, anytime they open you up and cut on you, whether it's putting a rubber band around your stomach or cutting out a portion of your stomach, that is problematic. And some people have more problems and complications from having that surgery than they do from actually dealing with the disease of obesity. So talk to your doctor about the new drug. It just got approved by the FDA for long-term use. It's called Wegovy. And of course, it certainly probably could head off medical situations down the line. So take the drug, pop a pill once a day, and the bottom line is you will start losing weight. And when you culminate that with a little exercise and then eating a lot cleaner, the bottom line is you're well on your way to recovery. The Republican governors of Florida and Texas are headed toward showdowns and with some of the world's largest cruise lines. We'll tell you why. Matter of fact, I got a cruise thing in the mail yesterday. I want to take a look at it. I said, do you really want to go back on a cruise? I mean, I got tired of cruises. I mean, after 18, 19, I think 21 cruises in October. But 17, my eyes open alone. I got a little tired of it. Getting on the ship, eat. Stop for a few hours at a port of call. Get on the ship, eat. Cruise on the ocean. Stop at a port of call. Get on the ship, eat. It's like a chart. I actually, after the cruise is through, I feel sluggish. I feel sick a lot of times because it's just way too much food, and it's just, I want to just go down and sit down somewhere, lay out on the beach for hours without rushing back to the ship, without having protocols and people, the natives, coming up in my face selling something. You know what I'm saying? I got tired of that. So it was refreshing when we stopped about 5 years ago. So just kind of taking weeks at a time, going to Hawaii and any place else we want to go. Thank you, Jesus. And just sitting down, getting an apartment, having our home food, getting a rental car, and just seeing the town, taking our time, like being at home. I recommend to anybody that you hook up with Hilton Honors or become a Hilton owner like we are. The Hilton ownership is like paying a mortgage and retail. You will save thousands of dollars for your straight if you do that vacation. 3 people in custody this morning, 3 more arrests pending in the Memorial Day triple homicide. They killed a toddler and 2 youngsters at a pool on Memorial Day. This story out of Baton Rouge, also out of Baton Rouge, shooting Monday evening at a Perkins Road gas station with the fatal end of a road rage confrontation. Baton Rouge police announced on Tuesday. We'll tell you about that. Speaking of Baton Rouge, the police department, they want a lawyer held in contempt of court for sharing the footage of officers illegally searching a minor. You remember the video we showed people they going all in the man, the little kid's genitals, pulling his drawers down, dang near to his knees in broad daylight, penis hanging out. And of course a judge, their attorney saying that was basically sexual assault, and the judge agreed. You know, do not let anybody take your manhood. I know you are handcuffed, but you know, when police start going in your, you know, rubbing on your genitals or looking under whatever, your scrotum and all that, that's crazy. Now, if you're under arrest and in custody in jail, that's a different thing. You know, but to do it on the side of the street in broad daylight, that is not acceptable. Don't let any man or woman do that to you. Yeah, Alexandria Police has a problem sometimes doing that as well. Stepmom arrested at school in visitation case. Well, panel says East Baton Rouge judge issued a bad warrant. She possibly could have some charges against her. Because you're a judge, it doesn't give you the right to issue out an illegal warrant, then have somebody picked up from the school. She had a woman arrested, her stepmom. She wasn't even involved in the case. It's crazy. Louisiana abortion pill reversal. Bill gets final passage before hitting the 11th day. Yeah, they're messing with that pill now. It's a 2-pill process, I guess. I don't know, was it the morning after, something like that? Or some kind of abortion pill where you go to the doctor and they give you a 2-pill regimen. But when you take the first pill, it's not done. So if you want to change your mind, you have to take the first pill. This law would make sure that a doctor actually allows you to do so or tell you after the first pill that, you know, we can stop this right now with no repercussions in hospital. So that's just yet another way for white men to tell women what to do with their bodies. New lumber mill near DeRidder to create 130 jobs, paying $60,000 a year on average. It's a multi-million dollar, $160 million mill in Beauregard Parish, the most significant economic development in that area ever. So we'll tell you about that. And they're back. It's stranded tiki tuber season on the Amite River for an exasperated fire chief. We'll tell you about that. And of course, finally, Alexandria, Warhorse Nation showed up at Fuller Festival yesterday evening at Peabody High School to meet the school's new principal and move on, Mr. Dennis Stewart, of course, who is a Peabody grad from 1994. 38 minutes past the hour, Rise Up the News Time. Good morning. News still down there? Not go. Bum, 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 bum. What they do? Wrong time, they want to be backstabbers. Down on me. Sister Mama person. Well, yeah. Oh, Bianca made some fettuccine last night. Ooh, it was a bomb. With that Alfredo sauce cube. Chicken and homemade smoked sauce. She didn't put any shrimp in it, I remember, but I didn't even care. I mean, she's really good at that. That dish. She puts a lot of bell peppers and stuff in it, and she cooks them down. She has mushroom. I don't really like bell peppers, but I tell you what, it gives a heck of a flavor.
Yes.
Heck of a flavor.
That kind of stuff I did not like as a kid.
What, nowadays? That's the flavor right there, girl. And then some people don't want to see them. But man, that's the seasonings.
I remember my great grandpa used to eat like an onion sandwich. It was all onions.
You used to eat an onion sandwich? That's old school right there.
All onions, that's it.
What?
And my uncle was dead trying to bite bugs out of the onions in the refrigerator.
What? Would he cook the onion or just raw?
Just raw.
What
But
he
I
put
think
on?
that's good for you, just eat
Yeah, that's old school.
like that.
That's back when black folk didn't have no meat. Mayonnaise sandwich. You don't know about you ever see me eat a mayonnaise sandwich? Oh man, you never see this slap of
Tomato
tomato?
sandwich?
Yeah, tomato? Okay, yeah. It's just like a cheese sandwich. We usually eat a cheese sandwich, not grilled cheese, but a cheese sandwich. That's when they had the government cheese.
Oh shit, I'm almost done here. I've been downloading these videos on here.
What video? Oh, whose video?
The audio on the videos.
Oh, okay.
I'm almost done here.
Rapids Primary Healthcare Center is your federally qualified community healthcare center and is located at 1217 Lowland River Road in Alexandria. They are now accepting new patients. Are you tired of spending long hours in hospital emergency rooms, waiting to receive non-critical healthcare services? Do you need affordable medical, dental, and mental health care? Do you need quality health care for you and your baby? For prenatal, during pregnancy, and up until adulthood? Do you need to sign your family up for the Affordable Care Act or Medicaid? Then look no further than Rapids Primary Healthcare Center. It is the affordable, timely answer to all your family's healthcare needs. All services are available to you regardless of their affordable. You or your family will never be turned away. Rapids Primary is certified kid medicine with a sliding fee scale. Payment is based on income and size of family. Medicaid, Medicare, and most commercial insurance are accepted for medical services. For appointments and information on all medical services, including Obamacare and Medicaid, call 318-487-4400. That's 318-487-4400. Rapids Primary Healthcare Center, a new beginning in quality health care and a proud impact partner of the Eyes Open Radio Network.
Hey y'all, spring is here and you're ready to get out and celebrate. Here's what's happening around the state. June 3rd through 5th, Bugs and Bands in Kickapoo. June 4th through 6th, Ball Mange in Gaines. And Sicilian Heritage Festival in Independence. June 5th, the Peach Festival in Ruston and Cajun Country Jam in Gonzales. So make your plans to laissez les bon temps rouler. This is the Fly Government Blue Numbers.
Plan your road trip at LouisianaIsATrip.com.
Hello, Sinlaw. I'm Dr. Kelvin Stewart, Chief Medical Officer of Alexandria Emergency Hospital, located at 5900 Powerfield Boulevard, next to Wendy. Our mission at Alexandria Emergency Hospital is to provide our patients, both adults and children, with the best possible healthcare experience, with short wait times and a relaxing environment. Alexandria Emergency Hospital is open 24/7, 365. We have board-certified doctors available for expert pediatric and adult care for both inpatient and ER services. We can provide outpatient services like MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, and CT scanning. We have a clinical lab and on-site pharmacy and can facilitate inpatient stays through our state-of-the-art facility. For more information about our services, you can give us a call at 318-386-8110. That's 318-386-8110. Or visit us online at www.alexandriaemerge.com. Again, I'm Dr. Kelvin Stewart.
Whoever did news to you?
Remember, for all your emergency medical care at Alexandria Emergency Hospital, your hometown ER and hospital.
Hello everyone, I'm Tony Brown. This is your statewide news you can use on this Hump Day Wednesday. Tonight, about the June news being brought to you by Alexandria Emergency Working State. Baton Rouge police have 3 people in custody and were searching for 3 more potential suspects, including 2 suspected shooters. And
So what are you doing over there all day? You going fishing? What are you doing?
He's
We at the house now, but what are you doing there? Hang out there. Find no problem? Yeah. Find no problem with Papa Sam?
Motive has not yet been determined.
He's like,
Expecting with 2 more people.
Stanford Lions.
One case is the
Yeah,
same.
why,
The
yeah.
first suspect and the other case is accessory. Which is still actively searching for 2 suspected shooters who may have fled out of state. One is a juvenile. the other is
I'm glad your mom found
You
somebody.
trying to talk like this? Who is this nigga?
With his accent. Trying to be African American. You been in the States a long time?
Yeah.
They said Monday evening in Baton Rouge at a Perkins Road gas station.
I
was
don't
reported
know. I haven't ever
Man,
heard
it's
her
a
mention that.
DNA, man.
But,
Does he have braids?
no, he keeps it low, yeah.
Nah, if you don't smoke it.
He's never mentioned it, but.
Never mentioned it? Why not? You gonna bring up your stepdad, but still. She from Jamaica, you know what's up with the guy.
My mom told me about a birthday party that she went to in 2019, and they had edibles at the party. Or no, what they did was they sprinkled weed on like the cupcakes and the.
Oh, really? Like real weed on top?
Yeah, they just sprinkled it on top.
That's why what were his people?
No, it was one of her girlfriends that stayed behind people. And she was like, girl, I was driving home. She was like, it's a 15-minute drive. It felt like it took forever. She said, the 2 lanes looked like they turned into one. I was like, okay, just calm down. Yeah, she don't drink or none of that. Now she'll sip some wine, you know, but
I've eaten 560 milligram cereal bar with no effect other than like, okay. But I guess my tolerance is so high. I don't take 5 milligrams, you know, it's scary too. I'm trying to get maybe at least take a half of a 50. You know, have some fun. We're on the beach. Have some fun.
honestly, I don't like the green when it get all smelly, like the potent, I guess they call it the potent weed. I'm like, I don't like it.
You don't like
I
loud
don't
weed?
like it. I'd rather some just
Regular old Joey?
yeah, just regular.
No, I got what you told me. I don't remember last time I bought that. You know, back in the day, it's all over the floor. But now, matter of fact, my weed guy called me the other day. He told me, I'm gonna know the strip. He called me, and I'm not even, he's not trying to cut back on all the smoke for the little pen that I said. Basically saved me a lot of money, that pen man is better.
Tell us what about the police department of Astor, Judge.
I forgot about them pins. I actually have a whole
You got
little oil vial I forgot about.
What?
Mm-hmm.
From the one I bought you from Colorado? That time?
No, I did. I smoked all that one, but I
You had
had,
another one?
yeah, I had a few little that my dad had brought from California too.
Mm-hmm. And you said you found them?
Yeah.
And it has, the farm had on some of those pin cartridges, some of them they get stuck. You can't pull them. I had it with a couple of them, and I stuck them in the drawer, came back later, and they worked. Because I had to take 2 back while I was in Colorado, they didn't work. Put them in the bill and college stuff, like it was coming out. They let me keep the old ones, and then they got new, and they can't really take it back.
Yeah.
What you going to old back on me? And it was good. I had a relationship. That's why I didn't stuff. Supposed to be coming in today. All the spark plugs, wire harness, foot plugs, and coils. Not say Thursday. So just call it yesterday. I said in South Haven, Missouri. So I'll get it Thursday. Because sometimes you get into all clogged up and dirty and you get fixed and you clean it up and it's all when it works. You have in mind, have the engine steam clean, change the stuff out and a couple of things out. Then that exposed the, I don't know, maybe the coil, but I heard the coil was bad because it's kind of sluggy. But I need to change all the spark plugs, and I haven't had a tune up in the oil in. Hopefully that'll feed the problem in the last few months for a while. It has 380,000 miles on it. Thank you very much. Right. Okay, so you go around up to the left. Let me see. Here you go. Whoa, man. Get home. Take whatever one you want. I'll be a fruit man. I'm telling you, since we get I've been eating this fruit. Bianca now getting on damn right. You know, you gotta eat it quick though. That's why I buy so much, because you know it goes bad. That's why I keep on getting it. So she started buying and because her little eating plan, she's supposed to eat 4 servings of food a day. I know I eat 3 or 4 servings of food every day. Every day. Been doing it for 6 to 7 months. Along with, I do a protein shake every morning with banana, peanut butter, and I get chocolate, with some ice in it, with a little powder, so that I'm not together. So while I work in my office, I drink one of those every morning. It basically replaces a meal. We got another one of the recording things. Where you advertising recordings. CBS spots. They run an ad, and they don't start till the 21st. So I'm taking this to you, and you get a minute. Oh, I got 2. Let's see what's up. We got 2. One that starts in June, and it's right in July.
And finally, the Royal Horse Nation showed up and showed up to the everybody in the school to meet the school new principal. That's how I think school superintendent said, nobody can disbelieve your children and believe this community.
I sent you the video and the audio, but I was just trying to download that to YouTube, and it didn't locked up now, so I'm gonna have to restart this.
It's the same one you tried to find yesterday?
He was on this hump day Wednesday, I was saying, how does that?
I'm sticking with you together. One starts on the 21st, and one's Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 5 to 6. And the other one starts probably a week after that. And it's going high, so we'll pick this up around there. So what we'll do probably after him is did I give you a song? We'll do the song since the computer's down and we'll wait till 7:15 to do this news, okay? What song did I give you? Lisa?
Yeah.
We can do that. that. All right, we're back right here on this Wednesday, June the 9th. And of course, time now for your statewide weather forecast. Let's go live to meteorologist Todd Moggitt with the National Weather Service out of Lake Charles. Hey Todd, how you doing today?
Oh, pretty good. Yourself?
We're doing fine and dandy. Now, you know, for the past, I think when we talked last week, you guys stated down there that we would have problematic weather, kind of off and on rain for the next 5 days until midweek. Well, it's midweek. So what kind of weather forecast do you have for us today? Is this kind of rain forecast guy going to clear up today?
Today we're looking at a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorms. So this will be a little upper level trough that's going to be going through. Then it looks like for the remainder of the week and probably the first part of the weekend, we'll be seeing some sunshine, no rainfall expected. Highs is going to be warm, looking at lower 90s. And actually fairly warm overnight lows in the probably the upper 70s.
So typical hot, humid Louisiana weather.
Yeah.
But the good thing is that, you know, we're still going to have these chances of rain all the way throughout the weekend, you say?
Well, probably starting Sunday, we'll go back up looking at a 50% chance showers and thunderstorms. And that'll go through the first part of the week, looking at 50 chances.
Okay, well, thanks a lot, Todd. You have a great day and enjoy your day, my friend, okay?
All right, you have a great day.
Thank you, sir. All right, Todd Moggitt, meteorologist with the National Weather Service with your statewide eyes open forecast. It's 57 minutes. Let's do the break, Q. We say that song for the cut. Let's go ahead and take a quick break. 57 minutes past the hour of the news time. We do have tickets to give away to Keith Sweat performing live on June the 26th at the Paragon Casino Resort. You have to listen in to win. You have to listen in to win. Good morning.
Center is located at 1217 Louisville River Road in Alexandria. They are now accepting new patients. Are you tired of spending long hours in hospital emergency rooms?
I think I'm going to say that last. Did you get my text message about putting that green dude on the list? Look at your text. I put Demetrius Green information, date of birth, address, and all that. Add him to our giveaway list. That's our edible guy. I'm trying to get him to do a trade to hook us up with some edibles. I say, because, you know, most of the stuff that he has, he didn't have no gummy bears that I like. So, he said he's supposed to be getting another ordinance. Look, you want to go to this concert? I need them gummies. So, you hook a brother up with about 4 or 5 packs of them, and I'm going to take you and your girl. Y'all get some of these tickets. They're cool. And he's a dude. He's a thug gangster, but he's an honorable thug gangster because he keeps his word. Always with me. If he say he's going to do something, he's going to do it. That's what I like about him. And plus, you know, you got to have somebody like that you can call on when you need some help. You know what I'm saying? And you got it. We all out there. Not like you live in the white man's world. Shh.
Hello, Ceylon. I'm Dr. Kelvin Stewart, Chief Medical Officer at Alexandria Emergency Hospital.
You like me, you don't hang out with our people. But he got family everywhere. And most of them, including his sons, dope dealers. That's a shame. Doing what I do, I know somebody that can get you anything you want, little sweetie. Anything you want, kid. Name it. What you want? Edibles, cookies, brownies, pins, weed, powder, pills, Xanax. That's a shame that I know people in the circle. Guess what? That's the community we live in. I can't, you know, especially in Alexandria, for nobody who can't get a job trying to feed their family the best way they can. Because I know some pretty damn decent dope dealers. They're not gangster, they're just trying to put bread on the table. They got a little past history. They got a wife, they got kids, and they try to, you know, they try to do the thing. But living in Alexandria in this white man's world, they don't have a shot, a chance. They're respectful of me. Mr. Brown. How you doing, Mr. Brown? I said, hey, Mr. Brown. And I talked to him, you know, y'all doing all right? They be letting me know what's going on in the street. Something happened on the street or something, I just ask them. They know. They know. Gotta have street contacts. Just like police got street contacts too, drivers gotta have them too, especially if you cover the black community. Gots to have them.
Hi, this is Dolores.
I tell them, I don't like what you do. I can't fault you for doing it. Trying to feed your family, trying to feed your baby girl, trying to feed that man, the people that got you on paper. They want their money. Pretty soon, thank you, Jesus, they can have half an ounce of weed. And there'll be no more than a ticket. It shouldn't be a ticket.
And what's your parish in Empire State? The newly renovated Robinson Family Hospital is located at 1815 Military Highway in Congo, and you can be reached anytime by calling 318-442-7300. That's 318-442-7300. Or visit us
Trump was the first dude that dated here that didn't sell.
Cool.
My husband.
Oh, really? The first one, yeah, because you like the other women, yeah, I mean, that's what y'all had to choose from. Plus, you know, they always had this.
It wasn't like I was looking for no dude that
Yeah, but that was all that was out there. But yeah, all the better if you had a weed dealer, because yeah, you get your weed for free. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you at all. You ain't to pay for it. Well, you was paying for it. He was paying for it. Somebody was paying for it.
Yeah, it just seemed like at one point I was like, well, dang, do I have a sign on my back that say I'm looking for
A dope dealer?
Uh-huh.
But you know, that go out the window when you get a kid involved. How many times have we seen the girlfriend house bust in and somebody get shot up by the police because they think that nigga there? You know, that's very dangerous about it. Women are just dating a dude. They reaping the benefits, you know, whether they smoke weed or get his little money, because it's about money. But you put a target on your back. You know, when you date somebody like that you know they can come. He's sleeping in your bed, middle of the night. They come, knocking on your door, guns blasting, and you caught in the middle. That's the dangerous thing about it. There's many women that are in jail to this day for dating a dope dealer. Through no fault of their own, they get caught up in it. And they ain't dealing. They're just dating the dude.
Yeah, but it's a bunch of them young and old as hell.
Mm-hmm.
They not all youngsters. Some of them old as shit.
Some old women? Really?
Old men that
deal?
Yeah.
But
Because
if
I
they
don't
old,
even deal with youngsters.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, all I'm saying is them guys was like at least 10 years older than me.
Mm.
They
still in the
went
game.
in and out of jail or nothing, but yeah, they was
well, they were smart. Because if you old and you ain't never got caught and you still doing it, you smarter than a young person out there who flashing and dashing and getting, wild, loud, all music, always smoking weed.
And then with some of them pills, they're getting them from old ass men that's selling their prescriptions.
Okay, that's a whole different. You're right. Most of the people dealing in pills are older people.
Mm-hmm.
Because they get it from their friend.
No,
Who need
they
the
got
money.
prescriptions.
Yep, especially on veterans. They get them pain pills like it ain't nothing. You and I can't even get a pain pill from the doctor. But them, shit. I don't think. Shoot, let's go ahead and hit this song off. Come on out to me. Top of the morning to you. Right here on your Premier Morning News Magazine on this Hump Day Wednesday. Phone lines are always open at 318-483-9977. Your statewide news you can use coming up at the bottom of the hour. You have your local forecast. Of course, we have the some national news coming up. Talking about this little boy whose body they found on a Nevada trail. I think he has been identified. The FDA just approved a new drug last week to fight obesity. So this could be your answer to your prayers without getting cut on and getting that surgery. So we'll tell you about that coming up right after this next news break. We do have tickets to give away to Keith Sweat performing live at the Paradise Casino Resort in Knoxville, Louisiana. But you have to listen to win. Lisa Co-Jam. The first time I saw her perform this very song was at the Jacksonville Jazz Festival. In 1989, the spring of 1989, I was covering that for ABC affiliate. And this song was at the height of its popularity. Until I hear it, I go back to Jacksonville, and that spring of jazz of 1989. Good morning. To me, she always looked like, to me, I don't know, every time I see her, I think of Vanessa Del Rio. I don't know if she was Spanish. I think she's Puerto Rican. But you know why that song was such a hit? You know who co-produced it and all in the background? Remember go Jerry Curl, Big Old Negro? Yeah, because they was hot back then.
Full force.
Full force, you're right. Full force. They had some records, man. Full force. And they was what, on House Party, right? Remember the House Parties?
The curl, the bang.
Big old muscle head dude. I think one of them died, right? One of the main ones? The one that got sound like this. You know, one of them, the one with the earring you talking about with the Jerry curl? I don't know if he died, but I know he was really sick. He may have died. That was years ago. Bow-legged Lou. We got Ted James from Leslie Black Caucus. So you remember the uncle I told you was they had diagnosed with cancer. So he had his surgery. He called me and he seems to be cancer free, but they had to remove his entire stomach, the whole stomach. So basically, I said, oh, you can get past that. Then they did that. Not my stomach, but so basically, it's like having that bypass surgery, but they just took the esophagus and connected it to the small intestine. So, they didn't want the probability of some cancer cells to be in the stomach and then it metastasize and spread. So he did chemo. Then, it shrunk the tumor that was in his stomach. And then they didn't want to risk it. So they just took the whole stomach. Which basically he's going to have to eat smaller meals, just like when the guy had gastric bypass surgery. He's already a tiny man. Already a very tiny man. Yeah, we do these national news fast.
Rapides Primary Healthcare Center is your federally qualified community healthcare center and is located at 1217 Willow Glen River Road in Alexandria. They are now accepting new patients. Are you tired of spending long hours in hospital emergency rooms waiting to receive non-critical healthcare services? Do you need affordable medical, dental, and mental health care? Do you need quality health care for you and your baby, for prenatal, during pregnancy, and up until adulthood? Do you need to sign your family up for the Affordable Care Act or Medicare? Then look no further than Rapides Primary Healthcare Center. It is the affordable, timely answer to all your family's healthcare needs. All services are available to anyone regardless of their ability to pay. You or your family will never be turned away. Rapides Primary is certified kid site with a sliding fee scale. Payment is based on income and size of family. Medicaid, Medicare, and most commercial insurance are accepted for medical services. For appointments and information on all medical services, including Obamacare and Medicaid, call 318-487-4400. That's 318-487-4400. Rapides Primary Healthcare Center, a new beginning in quality health care and a proud impact partner of the Eyes Open Radio Network.
Netflix is $17.99 plus I got Prime, which is another $5.99. And that Prime allows us to do that Prime stuff, I like that little video thing. It's Prime, it's Disney, it's Star Wars, the Marvel Studio, National Geographic.
Hello, Finland. I'm Dr. Kelvin Spears, Chief Medical Officer.
Online paying $25 a month.
Located at 5900 Boulevard. Hey. Alexandria Emergency Hospital is to provide our patients, both adults and children, with the best possible healthcare experience, with short wait times and a relaxing environment. Alexandria Emergency Hospital is open 24/7, 365. We have both certified doctors available for experts.
I ain't gonna call these people at the group to see what they're talking about.
We can provide outpatient services like MRI, X-ray,
That'd be the only way. Only way I go to something. I'm gonna call
pharmacy. We facilitate inpatient stays throughout state of the health.
50% off.
For more information about our services,
Sweet upgrade. They find me back on the boat. They cruise. It should be time.
That's 318.
It should be the time to do it.
8110.
Yeah, I was watching some YouTube videos, it's a lot of people going to Tulum.
So where?
Tulum, Mexico.
And remember, all your emergency services at Alexandria
They got it
That's
over
on a
there.
cruise ship?
Yeah, they flying over there, but I see it's here on this cruise.
Oh, is it? I never even heard of that.
Are you looking
New
for
location
a
in Tulum.
You need to give me a call.
Oh, damn, sure does. It looks old, rusty.
Today and get your started here
Well, those
on
things for them.
$99 for shipping and handling. Benefits include additional income, flexibility, inclusive friendships, world-class
Tulum ruins.
personal growth, discounts on amazing Simply products, and the opportunity to earn connections.
Young said she won't go to the she never been.
All this is
She ain't been to Australia. Can you imagine taking a dog on a cruise to Australia?
Give me a
That
call
might
today.
be, that might be like, that might have got to be 7-14
That's
days.
318-618-1832.
This one really, There's one time. But I can't stand going to Europe before I go to Africa. You know what I'm saying? I want to go to Africa. I am going to Africa.
My aunt was like, that's where she want to go. She was like, you want to go to Africa? I want to go to Europe.
You're so white.
Really?
Europe. Because she want to go. She tell us she don't know Africa. We don't know Africa. We only know what we see on TV. We're like, oh Lord, they got huts and knives and warring factions and machine guns and crazy government people.
15 minutes after.
Yeah, tell your mom they got beaches. They got our people.
Oh, of course, my mom wanted to go to Africa. That's
Now, who said they wanted? Who was
my
it?
great aunt.
Oh, really? Yeah, because she's an older person. Yeah, Europe, that ain't where we came from. They're the people that shipped us here. You know? I don't know where they stole us from. All right, I'm ready, kid.
You be coming up with some funky music. I don't know where you find that old funky stuff.
Where you find some of that stuff at, you? You just gotta be looking for it. Yeah. Kind of stuff. It's back shaft movies, you know, when you black and you love talking about it. I don't know where you get it, but it's funky. Check this story out. For nearly 2 weeks, police in Las Vegas released images and offered rewards for information that would identify a child who had been found dead on a desert trail. The mother of the boy now sits in a Denver jail. Wow. You got to be kidding me. You know, we hear about parents killing their children all the time, and now children killing their parents. We are out of order. We truly are out of order. And I'm speaking with the authority of Jesus Christ. There is no way that a parent should put their hands on a child to the point of killing. We just had this story the other day. This 12-year-old, yesterday, right here, 12-year-old child said she was tortured by her parents. Tortured. Beaten with a fist in her face. Punched in the stomach. Beaten with extension cords. What kind of crazy stuff is that? How are you going to take a part of you? That's like, you know, that's like beating up yourself. It's like beating up yourself. It's crazy. The mother now sits in the Denver jail, but the effort to name the boy, now known to be 7-year-old Ryan Husted, took a police-sketched DNA testing and returned for Husted had been with his mother, Samantha Moreno Rodriguez, according to his father. He contacted the San Jose, California police about the missing pair on June the 1st. Las Vegas police said in a press conference Tuesday. Rodriguez had reportedly left a message saying she and the boy were leaving him and she would find a new house for the two. According to Las Vegas Police Lieutenant Ray Spencer, there was nothing suspicious in that message that would lead the father to believe that Ben and Samantha were involved in any kind of foul play and that there was any harm potentially come over the next week. I wanted to get Rodriguez in trouble and having no reason to think Ben was in any danger. Huster's father chose not to file a report into the abduction. The boy was found dead by hikers May 28 near the Mountain Springs Trailhead by State Route 160. Law enforcement immediately released sketches and attempt to identify him. Also, this is a story I want everybody to listen to in the city. I saw this yesterday. I said it's going to be amazing, certainly for people here in the South, for people in Louisiana that we know, for women who are having a problem with weight, certainly postmenopausal weight, after pregnancy weight, and that weight just not being able to get off in 10 to 15 years. It's problematic. But America has a new weapon in the fight against obesity. The FDA just approved a new weight loss drug. Let's pop the button on people. I'm going to catch the very beginning of this. Let's turn the pot up and turn the button on here before we get into it. Here we go. 40%. Obese, 40%. Check this out. We go there. It's a disease. It's a pin, Q. It's a little pin. Jeez. Check her out. And she's exercising too. And exercise. Absolutely. Nothing can replace that. So, you know, if you take this drug, you start, you know, eating properly, eating clean, stop eating all that fried food every day, stop going to Campbell's in the body every day, stop going to McDonald's and all those other places every day. Those places are great. Occasionally, you know, I recommend maybe once a week. Give yourself a cheat day. Eat what you want to eat. But follow that up with exercise. And what's helped me, and I'm not just talking, I'm walking the walk. You know, I couldn't get under 215. I could not get under 215 for a long time. Now my weight fluctuates from 185 to 190 at the most. At the most. So all I did was I started doing supplements, not supplements, just one, do a protein shake, usually with banana and peanut butter, usually chocolate. It's like a Reese's banana peanut butter cup, girl. It's delicious. I look forward to it every morning. Can't wait to get my smoothie. So I do that in the morning, and Q knows for more than a year now, I bring food in, and we all eat food. Am I right, Q? Me, Q, and Kate, and that's our breakfast in the morning. Kate gets his little breakfast because he needs biscuits and bread, but he also brings that down with fruit, and he loves fruit. Q loves fruit. We, you know, whether it's peach, mostly bananas, oranges, and apples. We love apples. So we've been doing that for more than a year. So I've increased my dosage of fruit to about 4 a day. You know, whether it's a banana, a peach, plum, orange, and even those little kiwi things. So I eat about 4 pieces of fruit every day. And I also, you know, try to eat a light lunch. And my biggest meal is usually before 6 o'clock. You know, you have to eat 2 hours before you go to bed. That eating it anytime you want to after 6, certainly if you're 40 and over, that's problematic. Not only is the food sitting on you while you sleep, it can also cause some other health complications. So after you eat, you need still to be active. Let that stuff work through your system. Then at that point, you'll sleep. Don't eat and fall forward, because when you get to what they call that cue when you eat and you sleep, you know, that's the body basically kind of process. What do we call it? Some kind of itis, right? Some kind of itis. Somebody talking about it. But you know, people eating and you 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, they in the bed. That's problematic. And also skipping meals is problematic. You know, skipping a meal. Now, if you do a supplement or a smoothie in the morning, that's fine. And you eat food for breakfast, that's even wonderful. But eat lunch and eat a dinner. At least eat, I would say, even small meals, 4 to 6 times a day. Getting those big old plates where you know, where you can't tell the woman's plate from the man's plate, and you're sitting down there competing one-on-one with a man whose body and metabolism might be a bit more, certainly from menopause, and you're eating like you used to eat when you were a kid, and you're wondering why you're not losing weight. It's because you have a sedentary lifestyle, and you can't continue to eat bad stuff. And there's more bad stuff out there for you than there is good stuff. So bottom line is, start working on your body. You only have one body. That's it. You can go get along. You can't, you know, replace parts. Not that easily replaced. If you're replacing parts like heart, kidneys, or whatever, you got some problems. You got some major problems. You start replacing parts. That's your body telling you it's breaking down, just like a car. So take care of the temple. It is the temple of God, and in that temple, the Holy Spirit dwells. And of course, a deadly sin is gluttony. Gluttony is a sin. Not exercising and taking care of the temple of God is defacing the temple. So you can't just get something that doesn't belong to you, use it how you want to, and think that I can replace that everything. So I'm just encouraging you. If you're 40 or older, start taking better care of yourself, being cognizant of what you eat. Add fresh fruits and vegetables to your diet. Eat salads if you have to. The main thing that's killing Americans is food. You know, the white stuff called sugar and salt, and the fatty stuff, the fine stuff that tastes so good, but it's not good. Isaac News time is 25 minutes past the hour. 25 minutes past the hour. Coming up right after the news break, we have Senator Jay Leno, District 29 Senator, talking about the legislature and it's wrapping up its current session on tomorrow. And tomorrow, with that said, we have the head of the Legislative Black Caucus, my good friend and fraternity brother Ted James, will be joining us giving us the black right there. So this morning we have Senator Jay Leno, and on the 8 o'clock hour we have the legislative update with District 26 Representative Ed Arley. All that and a whole lot more. Now, phone lines, should you want to call, you got a birthday, anniversary, something to say, 318-483-9977. Good morning.
Follow from Facebook and Twitter today at New
Hello, Sinlock. I'm Dr. Kelvin Stevens, Chief Medical Officer at Alexandria Emergency Hospital, located at 5900 Coliseum Boulevard, next to Wendy's. Our mission at Alexandria Emergency Hospital is to provide our patients, both adults and children, with the best possible healthcare experience, with short wait times and a relaxing environment. Alexandria Emergency Hospital is open 24/7, 365. We have board-certified doctors available for expert pediatric and adult care, both inpatient and ER services. We can provide outpatient services like MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, and CT scanning. We have a clinical lab and on-site pharmacy that can facilitate inpatient stays through our state-of-the-art hospital. For more information about our services, you can give us a call at 318-386-8110. That's 318-386-8110. Or visit us online at www.alexandriaER.com. Again, I'm Dr. Kelvin Spears, and remember, for all your emergency needs, come see us at Alexandria Emergency Hospital, the hometown ER in Huntsville.
Hi, this is Dolores with Robinson Family Mortuary. The COVID-19 pandemic has been devastating to our community, and we have served numerous families affected by it. Planning a funeral is difficult, but a sudden loss in this pandemic can be even more stressful. Robinson Family Mortuary can help ease your stress and serves all of Central Louisiana, including Natchitoches, Oakdale, Marksville, Leesville, Fort Polk, and most every parish in the entire state. The newly renovated Robinson Family Mortuary is located at 1815 Military Highway in Congo, and you can be reached anytime by calling 318-442-7300. That's 318-442-7300, or visit us online at robinsonfm.com. Robinson Family Mortuary without delay can arrange for traditional funeral service, cremation, ship-in or ship-out, including military. We accept all assignable and verifiable life insurance policies. With just one call to 318-442-7300. All of your homegoing needs can be taken care of at our newly remodeled Robinson Family Mortuary. Robinson Family Mortuary, a family service.
Y'all buy some prayers, you put that on my heart. You have to treat ourselves and be honest. I got some space, but snow prayers I'm talking about. And now the lot of the young men trying to, a little plan. That is a cheat.
I'm Tony Brown.
My wife, most of the chairs that are on my wife, it's like, not like that great, but it's her hair, she used to, remember shampoo here? You have to make it white and sparkling in her hair. Or, she was so cute, she's like little Mama Santa Claus. When she has up in her little bun, my wife is still, it's so cute to me, I just kind of look at her sometimes. Although she put on some little pounds, that I still, she just, it's still cute to me. That's how it's supposed to be. That's what I know you got to start. It's like, she'll cut my hair off quick. But I still love her. And we kiss. We speak down. Come on back. That's important. No matter how mad it's at, she always got some sugar for her brother. Little bitty small things. She's been kind of stressed out about her brother because she had to go there almost every day. And she knows she gets 4 hours cleaning up, making sure he got his meds. Read, wise. At his age, he should have a wife. He should have a home. He should be retired from a job or working from a job. He should have kids around him and grandkids. He ain't got some of that.
Yeah, I would hope that my brother would have a girlfriend at least by now. You don't.
You gotta buy in, you gotta get the relationship for you. You know, your brother's still young, how old is he now?
He's 30.
Yeah, but still, he's still young. You see, he's married to you, what? 30 something.
Yeah, I had Cambridge at 30.
You ain't married for a couple years later, too.
Yeah.
So, he may not never get married, like my brother.
I ain't been to the club since. I mean, since I had Caden, I ain't really,
But sometimes you need to make time for yourself. Call your girlfriend. You should know out there all the time. I mean, you're looking for anything. You smart, let your hair down. You still young enough to do that. Hell, I'm young enough for that.
I'm still cool with most of them, but it's like we're kind of on different.
Yeah, because you're a mama and you're a wife. But that's still not negate the fact that, you still need to get some time away from them.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. So, yeah, one of my friends is divorced, and the others, they just. Yeah.
They all got kids?
Yeah.
And maybe you need to call me. You ain't even got years, y'all. Let's man and I will go have some dinner. You know, we might go by the VFW, have a drink or something, or a moments play. I wish my wife had somebody's girlfriend to go out there. That's my wife.
I would love to go to a club that has a little bit of food. Some drinks and some little snacks on the side. Yeah, I've never been in there.
Yeah, man, you find a little cold little meal and then right outside get some chicken wings and 5 beers. I need to do that, but like I said, I don't hang out with everybody. People that are social, none of them guys that I'm cool with, I don't hang out with them. All the time when I'm with mom, I go to kid, I'm trying to nurture, I'm walking with people that's trying to do what we do. Like-minded people, that's what you need to have, like-minded people. I don't like going out babysitting, going out with somebody, like my friend Raymond, I used to try to take out my because it gets you drunk. And, I don't like that. You smiling and all crazy. I don't like doing it. I don't want somebody responsible. Like me, you know how to handle their liquor. They ain't looking out there to jump into somebody's head. I just want to go out there, talk to a girl or, dance with somebody, that ain't nothing. Knowing that I'm going back home, what's important for me? I got too much invested in my, it comes to a point in your marriage when you're married so long that you got too much invested, especially with time. I can't let this woman go, she gotta get paid. She's about to get paid. And I'm about to get paid, she bought it too. We've been married for 23 years. Come on. When's Katie's birthday? August what? 9th?
22nd.
Okay, so her birthday is, his birthday is 9 days before my anniversary.
Oh,
What's today, the 9th or the 10th? 10th?
9th. So then that's your anniversary, and then your daughter's birthday is the day after?
No, my daughter's birthday is actually July the 6th.
Well, whose birthday is 8/31?
That's me and Bianca.
Oh, that's the anniversary.
That's anniversary day. Yeah. That's why everything is 8/31, so I won't forget. The sad thing about it is we both got last year. But she's the one that started that trend 4 years ago. And then last year, like 2-3 days after our anniversary, we had our anniversary half a week.
What?
That's my fault. But the one ain't supposed to get our anniversary either. Sometimes you get so caught up in life. My son's birthday is on the 6th on the 6th. 14, kids and my brother, my sisters are 1 day apart. Theirs is July 13th, 14,
This chick say, if men think I'm materialistic, why approach me with no material?
Why she even trying to flirt with a man? You know, damn well you ain't flipping no man. I remember I put it in the text you got right on Facebook or something. Come on, this is on this. That guy that asked me the other time this weekend, this last week, what do you mention about? Something about, you're supposed to have really expensive, or sound expensive, or something. You sound like you broke. I saw two women on the post saying, if you ain't got no cash, don't even roll up and what's that all about? This money thing. That ain't gonna change. This is all out in the open now. These women being honest with you, right? These they being honest. You want a broke ass nigga. Or somebody who don't have a job or a part-time.
Well, I mean, if that's what you're looking for and you can find it.
Yeah, you can find it.
You can find it.
You can always find that.
Go
to the Salvation Army, out there in the show, and you can find somebody. You know, pick up a guy that's totally independent or dependent on you.
No, if you want to find a man that has money and that wants you, whatever it is that you have going with that, if you can find it, go out and get it. I'm not talking about no man that don't have nothing.
That's a sin. That's a sin.
Very well, thank you, Pastor. And let's see here, we're coming right out the news. We'll be in about 2 minutes, okay?
God bless that.
All right, great, stand by.
Blackbeach Primary Healthcare Center is your
We like
federal
James.
community healthcare center and is located at 1217 Old River Road in Alexandria. They are now accepting
Decriminalize marijuana bill.
Are you tired of spending long hours in hospital or emergency rooms waiting to receive non-critical healthcare services? Do you need affordable medical, dental, and mental health care? Do you need quality health care for you and your baby? During pregnancy and up until adulthood? Do you need to sign your family up for the affordable care?
You and I can walk out this song. We can walk out this station right now.
Primary
Go less than a mile up the street. Give us a baby name.
All services are available anyone regardless of
Who would ever thought, kid, that it would be you, sir?
Your family will never return to work. Blackbeach Primary is certified kit MedSite with a solid fee schedule. Payment is based on income and size of family. Medicaid, Medicare, and most commercial insurance are accepted for medical services. For appointments and information on all medical services, including Obamacare and Medicaid, call 318-487-4400. That's 318-487-4400. Blackbeach Primary Healthcare Center, a new beginning in quality healthcare and a proud impact partner of the Eyes Open Radio Network.
Hey y'all, spring is here and you're ready to get out and celebrate. Here's what's happening around the state. June 3rd through 5th, Bugs and Bands in Kickapoo. June 4th through 6th, Paul Mall, Jim James, and Sicilian Heritage Festival in Independence. June 5th, the Peach Festival in Boston, and Cajun Country Jam in Dallas. So make it quick. This is Lieutenant Governor Hernandez. Plan your road trip at Louisiana is a trip.
I gave them to see if we can send it to them again a different way. Whatever. Sometimes it's hard to work. I'm not able to find it.
Is it saying something in particular when they try to go to it? What is the
They're
process?
saying they can't access it. I think I was able to access it, no problem.
Is it saying error? Is it saying?
We're gonna call her right after I get out of the building, and then I can ask what it's doing. There we go. Hey Jay, how you doing this morning? No, not too much, friend. Thank you for granting this interview. You ready to go? My man, thank you, sir. All right, we're back right here on your Premier Morning News Magazine, top of the morning to you. And of course, the current session of the legislature is wrapping up on tomorrow. Of course, we're going to have the Legislative Black Caucus Chair, Ted James, on the show tomorrow. We'll also touch bases with Cleo Fields, talk about that Head Start, not Head Start, but that early, what am I thinking of? Where kids actually be mandatory kindergarten. That is cute, I got it out. So much in my head. And of course, I'd like to welcome back our state senator for District 29, Senator Jay Leno, who co-sponsored the legislation by the distinguished gentleman, the Democrat out of Shreveport, former Shreveport Mayor Cedric Glover, who's now back in the House and the state as a state representative, decriminalizing marijuana. That's, of course, is going to ease the burden, the financial burden, certainly as it pertains to taking care and locking up disproportionately, certainly African American men and women, and just people in general. Like, we can't afford to keep locking people up for trivial tasks that in 27 states is 100% legal, or you may get a ticket with amounts to a traffic ticket or a $100 fine. As it stands now in Louisiana, as I speak this morning, if you're caught with any amount of marijuana, how insignificant, they'll $300 fine you, and they can lock you behind up to 15 days in jail. Let's go to our distinguished gentleman who's been really an awesome senator for us since he's taken in office, Senator Jay Leno. Senator, always a pleasure, and welcome back to the show. Thank you. I know you guys are wrapping up the session. I know y'all been busy for well over a month now. Let's talk about that legislation that you co-sponsored. You're an attorney. You've seen what the courts have done for decades now in locking disproportionately, certainly African American people up, a large percentage of your voter base here in this district for just trivial stuff that you can go to most states and get a traffic ticket. How significant is this legislation? Do you think this will ease, Louisiana's mass incarceration problem? Well, since we're on the topic of marijuana, smokable marijuana, what they call the flower for medicinal purposes, I can understand, that legislation is certainly headed to the governor's desk if it isn't there already. But I saw the argument, being a Crohn's survivor and having Crohn's disease, because it is, of course, a chronic illness, and my disease being number 5 on the list when they first initiated the medicinal marijuana program here in Louisiana a couple years back. And I am a subscription holder. So, you know, from my standpoint, it's a blessing to me not to be able to go to some shady person and buy something that my body needs outside of, you know, as opposed to these opioids that really are killing people that are highly addictive. How significant is it also, not only the medicinal marijuana program, but to have the smokable variety? Because basically when I go to you know, you have to have some money in your pocket because insurance doesn't cover it. And when you go and you compare that, because I've gone to Colorado, I've been to Vegas and California, and I see, you know, for recreational purposes and medicinal purposes, how much cheaper even the tinctures or the kind that they put in those little pens, and even the edibles. You know, when you compare that to what's going on here in Louisiana, it's almost a 400% to 500% increase. And many people who need the medicine can't really afford it, particularly those who are sick, and more often than not, the elderly. Pain. Well, yeah, you guys are making a lot of progress, surprisingly. I didn't think it would come this quick. The question now, do you think the governor's going to sign that smokable medical marijuana package? Something else significant that I had mentioned, I think Senator, your colleague, Senator Cleo Fields' measure to require kindergarten for children. That's a really big deal, particularly in the African American community, because Senator, you know, in most countries, you know, they start early. I mean, you know, when infants are 1 to 3 years old, when they have a high learning curve and they can learn anything, and we don't require our kids to go to kindergarten. You know, we might require them to go to first grade, but how significant would that be, not only for the educational well-being of parents, but also for the economic well-being of the state down the line? Anything else? Now, you had a measure. Tell me about the legislation that you introduced. Last time you and I talked, we talked about it. Give me an update on that. Yes. Yeah, I mean, now, the Central State Hospital, this is, you know, I think I had heard something about that, but you, of course, confirming it. That has to be some awesome news, because, you know, this was what closed down a few decades ago. Yeah. And that's the, go ahead, sir. absolutely right. I wasn't familiar with that one, and I'm glad you told me about it, because you're right. Many of us, even if not showing up to court for a traffic situation, you got something out there that said you got a warrant for your arrest, and it's a traffic issue, but somebody looks at that, you apply for a job at wherever, let's say Boise Cascade, and then go back in your background and say, oh, okay, you had a warrant for your arrest. Oh, they'll throw it right in the garbage. So that legislation you just talked about is going to help in that regard, where if you never got convicted, you may have been arrested for something, but you never got convicted of it, that certainly is going to give more freedom from applying for a job, and more opportunity for people who may have gotten arrested for whatever reason. Okay, Senator, God bless you. Thank you. Thank all of our people who speak for us down in Baton Rouge. And overall, how do you feel about this legislative session? Absolutely, always. The door is always open. Certainly, giving you the ability to reach out to your constituency. Always my pleasure, my friend. Take care, and we pray for you some traveling grace as you make it back home from the session tomorrow. All right, that's Senator Jay Leno, our distinguished gentleman from District 29, giving us the very latest. That's some good stuff out there, y'all. Kindergarten bill, the smokable medical marijuana bill, the decriminalization of marijuana, the legislation for capital outlay projects like Central State Hospital, creating probably hundreds of jobs out there. That's going to be great for people with mental health issues. I need to go sit on a sofa sometime myself. They got apps now, but apps ain't the same thing as laying back on the sofa and talking to somebody, about what's going on with you inside your head. As the survey says, more and more African Americans, getting help for mental issues and talking to somebody is not just a white issue. More and more African Americans throughout this country. I just saw a piece this morning on CBS News where more and more African Americans are getting their help. We have mental health issues. We're in denial about it. We've had slavery residue, 400 years of slavery, 100 plus years of Jim Crow, being treated not as even a citizen, not even as a man. And just 50 years ago, the Civil Rights Bill of 1964, that's the first time that we've actually felt like we belong or part of this country, although we built this country. So systemic racism and that stuff is out the window. And I agree with Oprah Winfrey. For all you haters and racists out there who won't change, who say that you love everybody, but you don't know anybody black, you've never had them in your home for dinner. And for all you black folk who have the same sort of racism against white people, God don't like that. And yes, you have every reason to be mad and angry sometimes at them, but not at a specific person, at the race as a whole, because I tell you what, hate sometimes seems to well, you know what they say, the squeaky oil gets the grease, and hate gets a lot of squeak, as opposed to love. And there's there's more love out there today. It's hate makes headlines. More eyes open when we come back, folks. Don't go away. Come on, hit you. I found behind the sewing machine when I went up there trying to find the records I was looking for. Cleaned out a lot of stuff that we just threw up there when we were moving. The box on the street yesterday. So I found her sewing machine, and guess what else I found? I found her bowling ball. This woman has her own bowling ball, So I said, you must really get into it, man.
So she got 2 sewing machines now.
Yeah, 2 sewing machines now. And plus she's a hoarder. I'm trying to convince her to pick that when we do this yard sale that we really need to have since I clean up those attics. So I'm thinking about this summer. Cut out candy, make it some signs. I put everything through the get a couple guys to come help me lay out everything in the driveway and just do it. Both Saturday and Sunday. Have it out there Sunday morning, put a little music, a little tent out there, lay it with the dogs, and just let people come and we got stuff still in boxes. She got clothes she's never worn. I got suits, shoes, you know, stuff that we put out on the rack. I mean, we got everything. Deep fryers, you know, all kinds of stuff, all kinds of little gadgets. Stuff that still works. Radios, receivers, you know, printers. It's kind of outdated stuff. Some of that stuff, like, you know, we hold on to it that people will buy like that. You know what I found? I found a whole box of Jet magazines. Old FBZs, and I know that kind of stuff is kind of valuable down the line. What do you think? Those old bags? When I found them, you know, I had to go through a couple of them and check out the Jet Beauty. That was our porn of the 70s. You know, we had no access to no porn in Naked magazine. But that doggone new Jet Beauties, they were always done tasteful, very tasteful. I didn't like that too much, but it was not too tasteful. Show some booty. You know, they always have most small color and service swimsuit. So when the girl buys it, we got this. But it's, you know, come on now.
We have a clinical lab and on-site
Do they still have Jet Beauties in the magazine?
We are state of the art. For more information about our service,
I don't even see them on the rack no more.
at 318-386-8200.
Anymore. Do it online. They probably should have.
For visit us online at www.online.com. Again, I'm Dr. Curtis Field, and remember, for all your emergency needs, come see us at Alexandria Emergency Hospital, hometown ER and hospital.
Hi, let me share seeing newspaper in the newspaper in Monticello, Baton Rouge. My
Probably don't have on the
You said it the normal way you normally sit.
Follow us on Facebook and Twitter today.
Our daily mantra is stay present, be patient,
The COVID-19
be there here.
Planning a funeral is difficult, but sudden loss in this
Miss
pandemic
A,
is even more
possible
stressful.
here.
Robinson Family Mortuary can help you with your story. It serves all of central Louisiana, including Natchitoches, Oakdale, Marksville, Leesville, Fort Polk, and most every parish in the entire state. The newly renovated Robinson Family Mortuary is located at 1815 Military Highway in Pineville, and you can be reached anytime by calling 318-442-7300. That's 318-442-7300, or visit us online at robinsonfm.com. Robinson Family Mortuary, without delay, can arrange for traditional funeral service, cremation, shipping, or ship out, including military. We accept all assignable and verifiable life insurance policies. With just a one call to 318-442-7300, all your homegrown needs can be taken care of at our newly renovated Robinson Family Mortuary. Robinson Family Mortuary, a family serving families.
Keys West, Saturday, June 26th, 8 p.m. Erica, December Resort. Tickets on sale now. They start at $29. They can be purchased at Ticketmaster.com. Keys West, Saturday, June 26th, 8 p.m. Erica, December Resort.
That's a piece of a song that we can play. Give me one that I haven't played that we might play.
Son,
Something ain't right. That it? That's it. Yeah, okay, we can do that. Now that song you can sing. You sounded pretty good right there. All right, we're back right here in your Premier Morning News Magazine, top of the morning to you. Get off here. We got all the news you can use coming up at the top of the bottom of the hour. We got your legislative update with District 26 State Representative Ed Margaret Dane. And of course, we continue this week long. We give away tickets to Keith Sweat performing live June the 26th at the Paradigm Casino Resort. I've given away 3 pair already. I got one last pair to give away. And let me think about if I want to give them away today, tomorrow, or Friday. No, it's kind of me and Q. So, in the meantime, y'all check out Keith Sweat. Good morning.
Tell me it's a lie. I'm going.
Hey Jerry, how you doing, sis? Listen, I was doing this, doing my morning show, and I was just with my producer, and I went to my email that I sent to where he would pull it up with no problem, I can get all the episodes. What is it giving you when you're trying to play it? What is it saying? It's saying that they need permission. Okay, what about we send it in a different way? I think I can never send it in a different format. Okay, so hopefully you'll have that within the next half hour. How's everything there in you still dark, huh? Oh wow. Okay, fantastic. Tell everybody I said, well, I think Scott's back this way, right? Yeah, I think we're supposed to be having either late breakfast or early lunch today. So I'm looking forward to meeting Scott first. Well, look, y'all take care. God bless. And, we continue to do some fabulous work that you guys are doing. All right. Take care, man. Bye-bye. Thank you very much. Look, I'm a download the Swahili app, so I can start working on it. Take care. Bye-bye. problem with us to take that damn class more serious, kid. That's why I need class. But I took it in college. But that was an easy A while I was playing. There you go. But I made an A in it. Because the professor was a Q. Dr. Kelso, a tenured professor.
Rapides Primary Healthcare Center is your federally qualified community healthcare center and is located at 1217 Willow Glen River Road in Alexandria. They are now accepting new patients. Are you tired of spending long hours in hospital emergency rooms waiting to receive non-critical healthcare services? Do you need affordable medical, dental, and mental health care? Do you need quality health care for you and your baby, for prenatal, during pregnancy, and up until adulthood? Do you need to sign your family up for the Affordable Care Act or Medicaid? Then look no further than Rapides Primary Healthcare Center. It is the affordable, timely answer to all your family's healthcare needs. All services are available to anyone regardless of their ability to pay. You or your family will never be turned away. Rapides Primary is certified KidMed site with a sliding fee scale. Payment is based on income and size of family. Medicaid, Medicare, and most commercial insurance are accepted for medical services. For appointments and information on all medical services, including Obamacare and Medicaid, call 318-487-4400. That's 318-487-4400. Rapides Primary Healthcare Center, a new beginning in quality healthcare and a proud impact partner of the Eyes Open Radio Network.
Keith Sweat, Saturday, June 26th at 8 p.m. Paragon Casino Resort.
Hey, Keith Sweat, no, we don't know that thing. You're not talking about the last time.
Ticketmaster.com.
That's Keith Sweat, that was on that road. I ain't mad at him.
Keith
We all in house. That's what we do.
Saturday, June
We all
26th
in house.
at 8 p.m. Paragon Casino Resort.
Hello, Sinlon. I'm Dr. Kelvin Spears, Chief Medical Officer of Alexandria Emergency Hospital, located at 5900 Coliseum Boulevard, next to Wendy's. Our mission at Alexandria Emergency Hospital is to provide our patients, both adults and children, with the best possible healthcare experience, with short wait times and a relaxing environment. Alexandria Emergency Hospital is open 24/7, 365. We have board-certified doctors available for expert pediatric and adult care for both inpatient and ER services. We can provide outpatient services like MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, and CT scans. We have a clinical lab and on-site pharmacy and can facilitate inpatient stays through our state-of-the-art hospital room. For more information about our services, you can give us a call at 318-386-8110. That's 318-386-8110. Or visit us online at www.alexandriaer.com. Again, I'm Dr. Kelvin Spears, and remember, for all your emergency needs, come see us at Alexandria Emergency Hospital, your hometown ER and hospital.
Hi, this is Bianca Brown, the Mobile Cincy Lady. Are you looking for a dream job? Well, you need to give me a call today. I'm looking for new recruits to join my team of Cincy consultants. Join Cincy today and get your starter kit for only $99 plus shipping and tax. Benefits include additional income, flexibility, incredible friendships, world-class training, recognition, personal growth, discounts on amazing Cincy products, and the opportunity to earn fabulous incentive trips around the world, like the all-expense-paid trip I earned to Cancun, Mexico. Interested in joining Cincy? Give me a call today at 318-618-1832. That's 318-618-1832. Please refer to my website, lapeacefulsense.cincy.us, for our income disclosure statement.
Back right here in your Premier Morning News magazine. I had an opportunity to go to the legislature on last week, It was a day that they had a luncheon for the NAACP, as they welcome every year the NAACP, the Legislative Black Caucus. And I was really, not only impressed, they had the good food. Now I understand when these guys go down to Baton Rouge, a month or so, they come back 10, 15 pounds heavy, because they eat well. But the food was delicious, and even more was the hospitality. Certainly that I experienced by our state representative for District 26, my good friend Ed Lamberdane. He didn't know I was coming. He saw me. He opened a seat next to him. I had lunch with him, and then afterwards he invited me on the floor, in which, most of the folks, I've had the pleasure of doing this show for nearly 20 years now, of meeting almost every black lawmaker, a lot of whites as well, but mostly things that pertain to us in our community. So I was very familiar with Kenny Cox up there in Natchitoches, Ted Ellis, of course, the distinguished gentleman from Baton Rouge, as well as that legend, Wilfred Carter, who actually served as the representative out of Lake Charles back in the 70s, the mid to late 70s, or even early 80s. After sitting on a judge and retiring from the judge, he did run for mayor unsuccessfully, almost won, and then went back to his calling being a public servant. So, Ed bringing them in, and we actually took a picture, and by the way, all of them are my fraternity brothers. And then, having Ed there, kind of, introducing me or reintroducing me to them was very special. I didn't expect that, but, I got to get a couple of treatment, and for that I'm truly grateful and really honored to have the favor. I have District Representative Ed Lamberdane. Ed, as I mentioned to you, man, I'm never going to say anything to you behind your back that I won't say to you in your face, and of course, just kind of giving you your props and your flowers right now for just being just an awesome host, even though I wasn't coming. So God bless you for that, my brother. Yeah. So let's talk about y'all's session is about to wrap up on Thursday. I think I have Senator Luno coming on, hopefully on tomorrow or even Thursday, but let's talk about some of the legislation very important to your constituents. Right off the bat, I see that it came out of the House, and I don't know what it's going to do on the Senate side, but Senator Glover's bill, the distinguished and former mayor of Shreveport, who's back in the House of Representatives, decriminalizing marijuana. Certainly this is legislation that the Legislative Black Caucus has been pushing for years now, and it looks like it might finally happen.
Yes, that is huge. What he did is that the last few sessions, the Black Caucus, along with some of your progressives, have been filing these marijuana bills because, understand, in most states, marijuana is legal. In most states.
27.
However, marijuana is still a Schedule I drug. This bill allows a person to have 14 grams or less. If they're stopped by police can give them a citation and give them a ticket up to $100. It cannot arrest. If you have up to 14 grams of marijuana, you cannot get arrested. You get a summons, you go to court, the judge will give you a $100 fine. Understand that marijuana is still a Schedule I drug. What we call decriminalized, if it's a small amount, you will not get arrested. So this is big, and I want to thank my good friend Senator Glover from Freeport. He has been filing this bill for the last 2-3 sessions, but somehow, because of the flow of the economy and the states, a lot of states are moving towards recreational marijuana and other use of marijuana, medical reasons. So we were able to get the vote, so that's big. But it's got to be 14 grams, not 14 ounces, not 14 pounds. If it's more than that, then you will have a small fine and you get arrested. But under 14 grams, you cannot get arrested. You pay a fine of up to $100.
And you're absolutely correct. And I suggest the big question will be, well, I'm going to suggest that even if you have 14 grams, which is half an ounce out there, folks, that you don't have it in little bitty packages. So that might cause you some problems. So that way, if it's packaged up, they know that you're distributing, and then you might be out of the loop, so to speak, to get that misdemeanor charge. The question is, do you think, although his office hasn't said anything yet, do you think the governor's going to sign this?
Yes, because what's happening is that if you look at the wave of the states throughout the country, people are not looking at marijuana as this monster 20, 30 years ago. You have so many medical reasons for it. And then when you look at the recreational component, we can tax and make money, people have a different mindset. Now, your older folks have they still have that mindset of evil is bad. But this new generation, when you look at people, young folks 40 and below, they have a different mindset with marijuana. So we don't want to lock up people on small amounts. And most importantly, we encourage you people, if you have marijuana, make sure you're under that 14 grams or close to it. You can't have massive amounts of marijuana. But understand, when we passed this bill, we were talking to sheriffs throughout the country, and throughout the state, throughout the country. In cattle parish, the day we passed in the house, you had nobody in jail in cattle on marijuana. You have people in jail because of gun charges, meth, and large amounts of drugs, pills. People are not in jail because of small amounts of marijuana. People are in jail because of gun violence. I'm encouraging you to put the gun violence, put the guns down. We can't lock you up on small amounts of marijuana. We need space for violent individuals.
Yes, it's House Bill 652, of course, as we mentioned, now gets to the government bill. And of course, the spokesman for Edwards didn't say whether he will sign it or not. I think he will sign it, being that, you know, he's almost coming to a lame duck, being the governor and preparing to run for Senate, is my understanding. Now, if he signs a measure, Louisiana will join 27 other states that have already decriminalized marijuana through though the penalties vary by state to state. Another 17 states, so you add, you know, to the other 17 states that have fully legalized marijuana, that only leaves 3 states that haven't taken such action, Louisiana being one of them. So currently people in Louisiana caught up to a half an ounce of pot are subject to a $300 fine or 15 days in jail for the purposes. Could this help solve our massive
One of those things, it's angry. Now, for the white girl, the one that has the oldest, you know, she's 12 and knows what's wrong with this one. The parents, when they start to do it, I mean, they can control them, but, you know, they got their own mind, and they won't do it and see what they can do as a child like that, you know, deny it. So I don't have a hour. There's another hour, a couple hours, she's hanging on to it, while they got 2 days. And then my other band is 2 of the Chinese. You know, this is something, and it's right. And you got to feel right out there. So we got an opportunity for us to have all of our things together as we have. They broke all the way from Mars, and we have broken all the way from Mars. And they got to be 1, 2, 3, so how much it is, I'll just check that one. You still at the same one over there? We need more time, right? We need more time. No? So, I was over there still the other day. Next time I'm in, I'm going to get a call from the one who says, okay? Take care of that. We'll say Martin. Okay. Oh, really? I don't want to be paying this, I don't have copies, I think these young are copies, maybe they're trying to see the form. And so it gives more, we got a diversified set too. Well, you back home? So what time do you want to do lunch? You work at 12? Okay. Now you say James is over what? Oh, I met him. I met him at the legislature last week. He's my father was a Catholic. Yeah, well, let me tell you, well, according to now, because, you know, I was up there, and the guy just came and got my personal space and stared and looked at me, because I think he knew me. And then, you know, I reached over his head, and I shook his hand, and, you know, he dapped me up. And I said, oh, you're Luke. I said, oh, you're Luke. And he said, can't you just look at me and say, so they laughed. He's an older guy. Yes. Yes, that's him. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. I like him. And he likes me. So we became familiar with each other last week. I like him. Yeah. Text me his number. Text me his number and stuff. So I can lock him in. But yeah, he's the one to introduce himself to me. He said he knew me. We may have met some other place, but then Alan came up behind us and he's a money man, so yeah. So I'm runs Katie on my job. Did you ever have a talk with Katie about a sleeping chart and you taking money from San Jose? Yeah, because she's very concerned about it. Now, people are giving her a call about getting rid of him, but she had no way to do it after I told her. Okay, yeah, okay. But she didn't have any recourse. But when I told her that he is on Facebook, social media, cahoots with Sam Elliott, and most about how Sam did and money, I said, I'm going down here to share with local to them. We need to be able to take the money from the guy who is locally recording to me. I said, that's either a conflict, that's bad business. For them two to be between each other, and I said, he's not smart out on the tree. I said, this guy took money from the Republicans trying to unseat other Democrats, and I hope they don't care. So really, so at some point we had a conversation with her to find out how we can proceed. I can get all the evidence on giving you some kind of refund from City McCall's side. Here's all of it. Put it out there like about a month ago. Them sitting down with him, calling him, he's a Michael Jordan, the Republican Party, something stupid like that. They had to know all of his names. You know, so we came out here with everybody. His publicly said that he's taking money from the guy. And I'm going to say, is he chair of the RNC? You want to do it? He got elected though. Yeah, Charlie, that's it. Charlie. He's the one that targeted Joe. Charlie Malcolm, Charlie G. And he used groups, stupid knuckleheads and thugs to do so. And you can't do that. You can't be on the committee. I mean, there has to be a list of non-armed things. So I would suggest to Bianca that we get to the lunch place at the college at 11:30, not 12 o'clock or 12 o'clock in the morning. That's the most important. Well, once you call the college and see what you can do reservation, I'll tell you how we need to do it. All right. So how do we mitigate them not being able to hear the deal? You send it a different way or something?
of 5 and 11:10 a.m. KTTP, Alexandria Pineville.
Hello everyone, I'm Tony Brown. This is your statewide news you can use on this Hump Day Wednesday. It's the 9th day of the month of June. News being brought to you by the Alexandria Emergency Room Hospital. Baton Rouge police had 3 people in custody and were searching for 3 more potential suspects, including 2 suspected shooters in a Memorial Day triple homicide that left 2 young men and a toddler gunned down at a College Drive apartment complex pool. Officials announced Tuesday 1 suspect, a juvenile, had been booked on 3 counts of principal to first-degree murder and illegal use of a weapon. Police said during a news conference a motive has not yet been determined. Officers were expecting to book 2 more people Tuesday, both adults. One faces the same count as the first suspect, and the other faces a count of accessory after the fact of first-degree murder. Police are still actively searching for 2 suspected shooters who may have fled out of state. One is a juvenile and the other is an adult, but officials declined to provide their exact ages or identities. Detectives are also looking for a 6th suspect, but they have not yet been identified. East Baton Rouge Police Chief Murphy Paul thanked the community for stepping up, getting involved, and working with law enforcement to make the arrest possible. He also said his detectives have been working around the clock to solve this case and others. A shooting Monday evening in Baton Rouge at a Perkins Road gas station was the fatal end of a road rage confrontation. Baton Rouge police announced Tuesday Jamal Jackson told police that he was driving down the interstate when another car started tailgating him in a fit of road rage, according to the arrest documents. Once the 19-year-old reached Perkins Road, he and the other driver exchanged words while stopped at a red light. Before driving off, he saw the enraged driver flash a handgun at him. Jackson told BRPD. Jackson drove to the Benny's car wash less than a mile away. He parked at a vacuuming station at the rear of the gas station to clean his car, but it didn't take long before the enraged driver parked next to Jackson and a fight ensued. The driver, 40-year-old Joseph Tanti, a Plaquemine, punched Jackson twice in the face. The document says that's when the role of the attack switched. Jackson went to his car, grabbed his handgun, and shot Tanti multiple times while standing over him. Police who happened to be on the scene quickly responded to the gas station and car wash served as a common refueling spot for officers, but EMS station within walking distance of the scene weren't able to get to Tatney in time. He died at the scene, and officers arrested Jackson on charges of second-degree murder and illegal use of a weapon. Jackson told police that after being punched, he became upset and didn't recall his actions. Though Jackson started the fight, criminal defense attorney Franz Borghardt said a self-defense argument in court would be problematic, even given the current evidence. Louisiana law states that a homicide is justifiable only when committed in self-defense by one who reasonably believes that he is in imminent danger of losing his life or receiving great bodily harm, and that the killing is necessary to save himself from that danger. Borghardt noted that the 2 key words in the law are reasonable and necessary, and that certain parts of the arrest warrant indicate this crime doesn't seem reasonable or necessary. He pointed out that if Jackson was able to get into his car to grab his gun, he could have just easily locked the car and called authorities, or he could have gotten in his car and simply drove away. But that didn't happen. People, you have to remember, just because you have a gun doesn't give you the right to use it against someone. Certainly if your life is not in imminent danger, or if someone is pressing equal deadly force against you or your family. Attorneys for the Baton Rouge Police Department have asked the judge to hold a lawyer in contempt, saying he improperly sent a press release that included edited body cam footage showing officers searching a teenager, even looking in his underwear, then entering an apartment without permission and conducting a warrantless search. An uncut version of the video had quickly been made public earlier this month. However, several videos were filed into the court record after the incident, resulting in a federal gun charge against Clarence Green, the teen's older brother, though the charge was later dismissed. Shortly after questioning sanctions for the lawyer, Baton Rouge Police Chief Murphy Paul called a press conference last month where he released additional footage saying he wanted the public to get a more complete picture of what happened. Paul said he first received permission from the juvenile court judge. He also bemoaned the negative media attention his department received since the edited footage was released, most of it focusing on the moments when officers found Green with a loaded gun in his underwear and recovered a bag of marijuana from his brother. Court records obtained by the advocate showed that In addition to requesting permission released from the footage, Baton Rouge Police Department attorneys asked for a contempt hearing. East Baton Rouge Juvenile Court Judge Gail Grover granted the request and scheduled a hearing next month to consider whether the lawyer Thomas Frampton should be held in contempt of violating a state law sealing most juvenile court records from the public. A contempt filing could mean up to 6 months in jail or a $500 fine. Of course, Frampton, who represents the Green family, argues his free speech rights are on the line. He sent out the press release after securing a $35,000 settlement from the Baton Rouge taxpayers after alleging Baton Rouge police officers violated the constitutional rights of both Green and his brother during a questionable traffic stop and warrantless search. In the release, Frampton called the BRPD leadership to hold the officers accountable. That prompted additional scrutiny and national media coverage of the case, which first entered the public view after a federal judge agreed to dismiss the charge against Green and issued his own scathing criticism of the officers involved. A state panel says an East Baton Rouge Parish Family Court judge committed judicial misconduct when she and the stepmother of a child involved in a visitation case arrested at the school where she taught. The Judiciary Commission of Louisiana accuses Judge Charlotte Day of eroding public confidence in the court system by engaging in willful and egregious misconduct by issuing a warrant without the legal authority to do so. Day, who has served on family court for a decade, denies any wrongdoing and wants the charges dismissed. While the commission says the state Supreme Court should discipline her, it has not yet sent a specific recommendation to the High Court. A hearing officer is still looking into the case. Louisiana lawmakers gave final passage Tuesday to a proposal requiring doctors to suggest to women taking the abortion pill that the drug-induced effort to terminate a pregnancy could be stopped midway through the process, a scientifically questionable claim. With a 69-25 vote, the House agreed to a heavy Senate rewrite of the proposal and sent it to the governor's desk. Passage came over objections from opponents who said the legislation pushed by anti-abortion organizations could provide inaccurate, possibly dangerous information to women. House Bill 578 by Republican Representative Burl Amity of Houma is the latest in a long string of anti-abortion measures passed by Louisiana lawmakers seeking to lessen access to the procedure and to try to discourage women from seeking it. Out of DeRidder, more jobs are coming to southwest Louisiana as plans for a lumber mill near DeRidder are in the works. Governor John Bel Edwards announced Canfor, a Canadian-based lumber supplier, is planning to open a $160 million mill in Beauregard Parish. The governor, of course, Beauregard Police Jury President Mike Harper said it's going to mean better family-supporting careers for a lot of young couples that are starting out. Some people who may be established themselves in other fields and would like to change. Now there's an opportunity. Harper said this will be the biggest investment the parish has ever seen. Canfor's lumber mill is expected to create 130 direct jobs with an average salary of about $59,921 plus benefits. As a popular water sport company welcomes back to the Emit River for a lockdown-free river season, a local fire district is steeling himself to spend another summer plucking stranded rivergoers from the water. He said, "I'm dreading it," said Joe Kozowski, chief of Livingston Parish Fire Protection District Number 5, which runs river rescues on a section of the Emit River. Kozowski expects patients will flock to Tiki Tubing, a Denham Springs company that sends people on tubing excursions down the river as the weather gets hotter. And finally, Roadrush Nation showed up in full effect Tuesday evening at Peabody High School to meet the school's new principal. Jeff Powell, the Rapides Parish School Superintendent, says, and I can think of nobody finer to lead those children and lead this staff and this community than Mr. Dennis Stewart. Will you welcome him? Immediately everyone in the auditorium stood to their feet and gave Dennis Stewart, Peabody's new principal, a standing ovation as he took the microphone. Stewart will be the 10th principal in 46 years, leading the same school he graduated from back in 1994. I'm Tony Brown. That's your statewide news you can use on this Hump Day Wednesday. Have a safe and a blessed day. Rapides Primary Healthcare Center is your federally qualified community healthcare center and is located at 1217 Willow Glen River Road in Alexandria. They are now accepting new patients. Are you tired of spending long hours in hospital emergency rooms waiting to receive non-critical healthcare services? Do you need affordable medical, dental, and mental health care? Do you need quality health care for you and your baby for prenatal, during pregnancy, and up until adulthood? Do you need to sign your family up for the Affordable Care Act or Medicaid? Then look no further than Rapides Primary Healthcare Center. It is the affordable, timely answer to all your family's health care needs. All services are available to anyone regardless of their ability to pay. You or your family will never be turned away. Rapides Primary is certified kid med site with a sliding fee scale. Payment is based on income and size of family. Medicaid, Medicare, and most commercial insurance are accepted for medical services. For appointments and information on all medical services, including Obamacare and Medicaid, call 318-487-4400. That's 318-487-4400. Rapides Primary Healthcare Center, a new beginning in quality health care and a proud impact partner of the Eyes Open Radio Network.
For the scripture of the day. And now, the beautiful Bianca Brown.
Good morning, it's Bianca Brown with your scripture of the day. Today's scripture comes from the book of Exodus, chapter 15, verse 2. The Lord is my strength and my defense. He has become my salvation. He is my God, and I will praise him. My Father's God, I will exalt him. Today's scripture is being brought to you by the Monroe Street Church of Christ in Alexandria, Louisiana. If you would like to learn how you can have the strength of the Lord on your side, you can do so by contacting the church. You can give Brother Jesse Allen a call at area code 318-448-2494, or you can always write the Church of Christ, 2008 Monroe Street, Alexandria, Louisiana, 71301. As we always say, we will continue to lift you up in prayer, and in the precious name of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
It's time for the Daily Bread with Tony Brown.
Peace and reconciliation. Matthew 18:21-35. Should you not also have had compassion on your fellow servant, just as I had pity on you? Matthew 18:34. When the U.S. Civil War ended in 1865, more than 500,000 soldiers lay dead, the economy was shattered, and people remained deeply divided politically. The observance of Mother's Day in the United States began with two women's efforts for peace and reconciliation during this time of anguish. In 1870, Julia Ward Howe called for an International Mother's Day, on which women would unite in opposing war in all forms. A few years later, Anna Reeves Jarvis began her annual Mother's Friendship Day in an effort to reunite families and neighbors alienated by the war. There's always great suffering when friends and families are fractured and unwilling to forgive. The gospel of Jesus brings the promise of peace and reconciliation with God and with each other. When Peter asked Jesus how often he should forgive a brother who sinned against him, the Lord surprised everyone with his answer of 70 times 7. Matthew 18:21-22. Then he told an unforgettable story about a servant who had received forgiveness and failed to pass it on. Verse 23-35. As God freely forgives us, so he requires that we extend what we have received to others. It's the same concept. With God's love and power, forgiveness is always possible. Oh, what a joy and peace we forfeit when forgiveness we withhold. Fellowship with God is broken, and the heart grows hard and cold. Forgiveness is Christianity in action. I'm Tony Brown, and that's today's Daily Bread.
Hey, y'all,
Spring is here, and you're ready to get out and celebrate. Here's what's happening around the state. June 3rd through 5th, Bugs and Bands in Kickapoo. June 4th through 6th, Ball Mount in Gaines. Then Sicilian Heritage Festival in Independence. June 5th, the Peach Festival in Ruston, and Cajun Country Jam in Gonzales. So make your plans to Lazy Le Monterey.
This is Lieutenant Governor Bernie Gesser. Plan your road trip at LouisianaIsATrip.com.
Hello, Sinlaw. I'm Dr. Kelvin Spears, Chief Medical Officer of Alexandria Emergency Hospital, located at 5900 Coliseum Boulevard, next to Wendy's. Our mission at Alexandria Emergency Hospital is to provide our patients, both adults and children, with the best possible healthcare experience, with short wait times and a relaxing environment. Alexandria Emergency Hospital is open 24/7, 365. We have board-certified doctors available for expert pediatric and adult care for both inpatient and ER services. We can provide outpatient services like MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, and CT scans. We have a clinical lab and on-site pharmacy and can facilitate inpatient stays through our state-of-the-art hospital room. For more information about our services, you can give us a call at 318-386-8110. That's 318-386-8110. Or visit us online at www.alexandriaer.com. Again, I'm Dr. Kelvin Spears, and remember, for all your emergency needs, come see us at Alexandria Emergency Hospital, your hometown ER and hospital.
We're back. I want to go live to Dr. David Holcomb, our Medical Director for the Office of Public Health, Region 6. Doc, always a pleasure. I know our time is limited. I want to talk about the quadrupling of the syphilis rate here in Central Louisiana since 2017. You and I have been talking about this for over a decade now, about why we've had this problem so long and why we're seeing upwards of a 67% increase, particularly in pregnant women.
Yes, this has been pretty shocking because the state as a whole has actually improved in its state, it's relative to other states. And so, for whatever reason, Selah has distinguished itself by this increase in syphilis. So we went from 43 cases, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it is, in 2017 to 178 cases in 2020. That is a huge increase.
Let me ask you, Doc, could there be a case of a serial spreader out there just infecting women?
Part of it is, when you look down and see who's involved and what are the risk factors and all that, there's some things. First of all, it's over 50% of these people are women, because for many years it was a sort of men who have sex with men type problem, and that is only about 30% of those cases now. So over 50% of the cases are now in women, which is a double problem because, first of all, you don't really necessarily know you have syphilis, and you really don't know if you're a woman because the signs and symptoms are very discreet. And so a lot of these people do not know they're infected and continue to infect. And 50% of the cases are also associated with drug use.
Wow.
Some kind of drug use, specifically methamphetamine.
Oh, okay. So basically, people are getting high and having promiscuous sex. Multiple partners.
Yes, and it seems to be fairly well organized in Central Louisiana, which is not healthy for our citizens.
Well, let me ask you this, because you mentioned methamphetamine, and it's not a drug that's normally, it may be sold in the black community, but it's not normally a drug that gravitates toward the African American population. So are we talking about rural Caucasian people here?
Well, it's a mixed bag. It's mostly concentrated in Alexandria because that's a population deal. But there's 70% of the cases are in Rapides Parish. 30% are in Royals, and then there's just this tiny group of cases that are occurring every place else. So it really is concentrated where the populations are concentrated, which is essentially Rapides, Royals, with some in Vernon.
So what's the ethnic breakdown, though?
Well, it's over 50% African American, which is, of course, disproportionate to the population, and that unfortunately we see with sexually transmitted infections sort of across the board, and that is the reality. I mean, it's just reality.
So Doc, not only are they having unprotected sex, but many of them are getting pregnant and passing that disease on to their unborn child.
Yes, well, that's the big, huge problem with, because 50% of these women, the cases are women, and most of those women are in childbearing age. And so there is mandatory testing for syphilis in pregnant women, but not all women get tested all the times they're supposed to be tested. And so they will show up having been infected with syphilis during their pregnancy and be born with a child. The numbers are not huge, but they doubled. You know, there were like 4 cases and then it's up to 9, but that's very high, and it's higher than other parts of the state.
What sort of complications and problems does the syphilis pass on to that unborn child?
Well, it can give deformities. You know, it can give bone deformities, a kind of a cleft lip type syndrome. The child is often born with this something called snuffles, and they can't breathe because their facial structure is not normal. It's just not something you don't want. And if you're tested regularly during pregnancy, it can be picked up and treated during pregnancy and cured.
Will you answer my question? I know you got to go. God bless you. Thank you for. Well, I think we made this short and quick, but very informative and important. And you and I have to discuss this further when we have a little bit more time. I'd like you to come in on the next one.
All right. Well, it's we're all vaccinated now. Or saying what's ours, so
get the vaccine.
And those people out there not vaccinated, come and get your vaccine.
And it's every Wednesday, right?
Every Wednesday, and you can get it at the pharmacies. I mean, man, there's no problem with access. It's available all over the place.
And you can also get it at Rapids Primary Healthcare Center right there on one of the and even on some days they're out at Franklin Hunter Park still with their mobile unit giving vaccinations there. Doc, always a pleasure. God bless you. Thank you, sir.
Oh, thanks so much. Your perfect timing.
Yes, sir. All right. And, of course, that's Dr. David Holcomb with the Office of Public Health, the Medical Director for Region 6, and, of course, Alexandria, we have a problem.
Hello, Sinlaw. I'm Dr. Kelvin Spears, Chief Medical Officer of Alexandria Emergency Hospital, located at 5900 Coliseum Boulevard, next to Wendy's. Our mission at Alexandria Emergency Hospital is to provide our patients, both adults and children, with the best possible healthcare experience, with short wait times and a relaxing environment. Alexandria Emergency Hospital is open 24/7, 365. We have board-certified doctors available for expert pediatric and adult care for both inpatient and ER services. We can provide outpatient services like MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, and CT scans. We have a clinical lab and on-site pharmacy that can facilitate inpatient stays through our state-of-the-art hospital room. For more information about our services, you can give us a call at 318-386-8110. That's 318-386-8110. Or visit us online at www.alexandriaer.com. Again, I'm Dr. Kelvin Spears, and remember, for all your emergency needs, come see us at Alexandria Emergency Hospital, your hometown ER and hospital.
Yes!
hustlers, gangsters, hackers, then y'all with friends. I cannot preach. I gotta show them how I can get it in. First, take your shots and use your business. Spend your money like money ain't shit. Ooh, catching on their own Jesus. Hashtag, damn, I'm a dangerous man with some money in my pocket. Keep up. I'm running pretty cause I'm running and they're picking up the pocket. Keep up. Why you mad? Fix your face. I'm a fully open jockey. Keep up. Players on there. Come on. Hands up. What y'all trying to do? Stop smiling. 24 karat magic training. Everywhere I go, they be like, oh, so bad. Everywhere I go, they be like, oh, so bad. Everywhere I go, they be like, oh, so bad. Break it down. 24 karat. What's that sound? Come on now. 24 karat.
Hello, Sinlaw. I'm Dr. Kelvin Spears, Chief Medical Officer of Alexandria Emergency Hospital, located at 5900 Coliseum Boulevard, next to Wendy's. Our mission at Alexandria Emergency Hospital is to provide our patients, both adults and children, with the best possible healthcare experience, with short wait times and a relaxing environment. Alexandria Emergency Hospital is open 24/7, 365. We have board-certified doctors available for expert pediatric and adult care for both inpatient and ER services. We can provide outpatient services like MRI, X-ray, ultrasound, and CT scans. We have a clinical lab and on-site pharmacy and can facilitate inpatient stays through our state-of-the-art hospital room. For more information about our services, you can give us a call at 318-386-8110. That's 318-386-8110. Or visit us online at www.alexandriaer.com. Again, I'm Dr. Kelvin Spears, and remember, for all your emergency needs, come see us at Alexandria Emergency Hospital, your hometown ER and hospital.
Eye-catching elegance, compelling styles, luxurious comfort. These are the features you look for in your furniture. At Trotters, it's what we're all about, and choosing your look gets easier with our design consultants Molly Hunt and Rebecca Smith. Trotters has 2 stories and over 20,000 square feet of Central Louisiana's most sought-after furniture, and it's all available with 24 months no interest financing. Your home is your favorite place. Love it even more with new furniture, because everything's better when you get it from Trotters.
Hi, this is Bianca Brown, the Mobile Sensi Lady. Are you looking for a dream job? Well, you need to give me a call today. I'm looking for new recruits to join my team of Sensi consultants. Join Sensi today and get your starter kit for only $99 plus shipping and tax. Benefits include additional income, flexibility, incredible friendships, world-class training, recognition, personal growth, discounts on amazing Sensi products, and the opportunity to earn fabulous incentive trips around the world, like the all-expense paid trip I earned to Cancun, Mexico. Interested in joining Sensi? Give me a call today at 318-618-1832. That's 318-618-1832. Please refer to my website, lapeacefulsense.sensi.us, for our income disclosure statement.
Hey y'all, spring is here and you're ready to get out and celebrate. Here's what's happening around the state. June 3rd through 5th, Bugs and Bands in Kickapoo. June 4th through 6th, Bar Lounge and Games. And Sicilian Heritage Festival in Independence. June 5th, the Peach Festival in Ruston and Cajun Country Jam in Gonzales. So make your plans to Lazy in Baltimore.
This is Lieutenant Governor Bill Lancaster. Plan your road trip at LouisianaIsATrip.com.
Thanks for tuning in to Eyes Open with Tony Brown. The show airs daily, Monday through Friday, from 6 a.m. until 9 a.m. right here on the new KTTP 1110 a.m. Alexandria, Pineville. You can also listen live on our website at www.thenewkttp.com to contact Mr. Brown or to report a concern in your community. Or maybe you would like to advertise on the Eyes Open Radio Network. Please do so via email at eyesopentbrown@yahoo.com or by mail at eyesopen